Ended up getting into some vato, right? So I was just gonna go to this dude's pad and just kick down the dude's front door and go all up inside the dude's house and get him, man. So I went to the house and I was kicking down the dude's front door, and as I was kicking down his front door, he shot me, boom, out the side window right here. So I got hit, boom. And then I like didn't even feel it, bro. Like I didn't even feel it, because I heard vatos when I was busted. You used to tell me they got shot, like they didn't feel it, or they got stabbed and they didn't feel it. But I didn't feel it, and I didn't hear it or nothing. Eh? You know what it felt like? Like I mean, you are talking right now. Let's say somebody just home came behind you and just like, socked you in the gut. That's what it felt like. I just felt like that. And I took like 2 steps and I fell. And then that fool was trying to rip on me some more. Boom, boom. But I was trying to like pull myself with my arms, right? So then my brother came, boom, and they grabbed me and they took me to the car, and they're like, what's wrong with you? Because I had no blood or nothing, right? And they're like, what's wrong with you? And I told them, I don't know. I think I'm shot. I can't feel my legs. And then they lifted up my shirt and they're like, yeah, you're shot. And the reason why, because the bullet, it went through my lung and it went into my spine. Like I still got the bullet. I still got the bullet in my spine. But the bullet went through my lung and it went into my spine, right? So all my blood was going into my lung and I was choking on my own blood, right? So as soon as they told me that you're shot, I was like, oh man. I admit, bro, I got scared, eh? When they told me you're shot, I was like, oh man. So I tell myself, hang on for the ambulance, right? So then the ambulance comes and the cops and all that, they're all on me. They put an IV in me and they're all talking, the cops and the ambulance and all of that. And then they're like, he's not gonna make it. Like I hear them talking. They're like, he's not gonna make it. His only chance is to call for the chopper and all that. So they tell me, we're gonna call the chopper, airlifting you and this and that, hang on. So I start telling myself, man, hang on for the chopper now. Finally, the helicopter comes, they put me in it, we're flying. And then when I'm in the helicopter, bro, like you could feel it, bro. You could feel it when you're dying. And like I could feel it. I righteously felt like I was dying, bro. I was right there. I was choking on my own blood, and I felt like I was dying, right? So I got scared, You know what I mean? I was like, dang. The only thing on my mind, bro, at that time when I was right there, I thought I was gonna, at any second, only thing on my mind was, I'm gonna go to hell right now. That was the only thought. I wasn't thinking of my homeboys, my lady, or any of that. I was only thinking, I'm going to hell right now. I'm gonna go to hell, Because I knew when I was busted, everything that I was reading and learning about God and all that, and then I knew I was just kicking down that Vato's door and all of that. So I'm thinking, damn, I'm gonna go to hell right now. So I just started calling out to Jesus, but I wasn't praying like, Lord, help me to live or any of that, because I thought I was gonna die at any second. It was only like repentance. I only didn't want to go to hell, but it was a trip because I was all scared and all dying and all that, emotionally, physically, all scared. But once I started calling out to Jesus, it's like hard to describe, and it never has happened ever again. I felt like a wonderful peace came over me. I was just like so at peace, so comforted, like I can't even describe to you at words. I was just okay, right? And even when the doctors, like I'll even tell this little part of the story. I never really tell it usually when I tell my story, because I didn't actually see it, but this is what my parents told me. Because you know when you get shot, the cops can. So I'm back there, they get to the hospital and the doctor comes out. They said that the doctor told them it was like a miracle. He said that the bullet was coming like straight from my heart, but then all of a sudden it went like, and like ricocheted. And he didn't know how it happened. The doctor told.
What size bullet was it?
38.
Okay.
And he told them it was like if an angel put his hand in front of my heart, that the angel could, like the bullet was like coming straight to my heart for just no apparent reason. It went, it went into my spine. It like ricocheted. And the doctor was like, so I never really say that part because I didn't actually, that's just what my parents told me, the doctors told them. But like I said, I was totally changed, right? Even the nurses like tripped out one time. They came in my hospital room and it was full of the homeboys. It was full of gang members. All my homeboys were in my hospital room and they were like, hey, we're going to go get that dude. Remember, we're going to go roll. We're rolling. We're going to go get that fool and all that. And I told them, nah, let him go. And my boys were like, what you mean? We're going to, what? And I was like, yeah, let him go, And they were like, what do you mean? We ain't let him. We're going to go. We're going to roll and all that. And then I was like, nah, man, I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't understand what's going on, but I forgive him, Just let him go, And then ever since then, like even the doctors, when I was in the hospital, they were like, we never seen a little vato like you before. Usually when we tell them they're never going to walk again, usually we have to give them antidepressant medicine, especially when they're young and we tell them they're never gonna walk again. We have to give them antidepressant medicine. But I was cool. Like the Lord gave me peace for my situation. I was cool, right? So the doctors were like, can you go around the hospital and try to cheer up all the other patients, eh? So I was all shot up and all that myself, but I'll go around the hospital in my wheelchair trying to cheer up all the other patients. And the thing too that helped me was I remember when I went to this one dude, went to go try to cheer up this one. There was this one, he was a black guy, right? Somebody put a gun in his mouth and shot, because they had me in the wing up there with like all the paralyzed people, right? So there was a dude, somebody put a gun in his mouth and they shot, boom. So it went out way out here. And the higher up, the level of the injury, I don't know if you know that.
Quadriplegic.
The worse you are, right?
Yeah.
So he couldn't move nothing, eh? His eyes were like, he just had his eyes and then his mouth was wired shut. So I'm right there and I'm looking at this dude and I'm like trying to cheer him up. And I'm like, how can I complain about my situation? At least I could move my hands and look at this dude, you know what I mean? So I always was grateful, you know what I mean? And then too, I knew my past. I knew when you're running amok and you're doing a lot of things, you know what's coming to you, you know what I mean? Like I knew I was either gonna get life or go to jail, you know what I mean? That I knew that was what I was headed for. So I always looked at it as a blessing, eh? You know what I mean? So then